Hi, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Rukun podcast. So, on today's video episode, I'm back with the very first guest on any of my podcasts. It's Juri Ala. So, Juri, could you tell me a bit about yourself?
Hi, I'm Judy. I'm 15 and I'm Dana's friend. I go to the same school as Dana, and yeah.
It's great to have you back. So, today's episode is going to be about friendships, relationships, and more importantly, letting the person you love go. Knowing when to do that, how to do that, and everything in between. So, obviously, I know this is a topic that everyone has dealt with in their life. Everyone has had to have someone they love go, or maybe is dealing with it right now. So, this episode's kind of paying homage to that. Obviously, not everything Julie says or I say is going to be true to your case. So, obviously, take it with a grain of salt. Maybe you can relate to it, maybe not. It's just, our opinion. Okay, now, to begin, how are you, Julie?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. So, I want you to describe to me what love is with a friend and how is that different from romantic love, if at all.
Okay, so my point of view is loving a friend is really different than loving someone else. So loving a friend always starts by trusting them and actually like them supporting you in all ways, yani academically or just like life, support. So like a friend is someone who you can actually trust and go tell all your secrets to, and they can give you advice that are actually sometimes useful. So yeah, and romantic love is so much different. Like romantic love is like, I don't know how to explain it, but like it's really different, since a friend sometimes lasts longer than a relationship, since relationships you don't really know how long it's gonna be, and it's probably like a big age gap, so it's really gonna be different. But friends is someone that you actually like want to get to know. Like you guys meet because you wanted to meet, not just because of some traditional way or just forced ways.
Yeah, I love how you painted that picture. Now, I think also how you painted it was to our, let's say, Arab culture about, someone not forced, but, like a practice traditional marriage type of thing. So, yeah, I do agree. Your friend is someone you choose, someone you pick out from a million people you've met. Yeah, I want that person to be my friend. That person is my person. So, obviously, by picking that person, by doing that, you have to have some sort of communication between you. Like there's something that it's built on. So how would you describe good communication between friends?
Okay, so there's different types of communications. So there's the types in real life, and there's the types where it's over text. So the real life communication like has to be like the communication that you feel comfortable with. So it's just not the communication that she just talks to you, or you just talk to her when you just need anything from her, like food or money. It's just when you you're bored, or you want to hang out with friends and you want to have fun, you go to your friend. So there's this type of communication, and some friendships lack actual fun, like hangouts or like conversations. So it's really important for people to like have good conversations with their friends in real life. In like over text, there's like a lot of friends that are also online friends, which also like means they're like all their texts, all their conversations are gonna be online. So online conversations really need to be like not dry response, like as if you guys are meeting in real life. And if you're not even like long distance friends, you could also be like, you can't be dry over text. Like sometimes like problems start because there's dry texts.
No, I agree. And I feel like, especially about the long distance part you said, because, yeah, as she said, there's types of communication. For me, I see communication with friends as if something happens between you, you let each other know. It's not the type of communication where, as you said, oh, something happened, or oh, I want to go out, then I text that person. It's more of a relationship. You talk about the things you like. It's not just asking them for something. You just talk to them to talk. And I feel like that's a thing many relationships and friendships lack these days. Maybe that's a reason why there's so many people who relate to this podcast episode. So now, on the same tune of friendship and how you love them and, communication, that stuff, is there a world where you would love someone, but you have to let them go?
Well, yes, there's like a lot of people that you might just meet and like actually love, either it's a relationship or friendships. But sometimes you just really have to let go because probably miscommunication or sometimes distance or just like two different like people. Like I might like a friend, but she is different, like different cultures, different ways to talk, different like styles, everything. So I might like her, but I might have to leave her since we're not really the same.
I kind of disagree with the last part you said. Like, I'm not gonna leave someone because they're different, except if you mean maybe because they're different, there are some things that are normalized that I think are very wrong, and I just can't be friends with someone like that. Or is it just like, can you explain that part a bit?
Okay, so different cultures sometimes, like I could be like, I'm Arab, right? So if I have friends from like Latinos or like Americans or Europeans, any person, they have like some stuff that are normalized in their culture. So it's not really, it doesn't really like go well with my culture. So they may normalize some stuff and like tell me to do some stuff that don't really like match my culture. So it's only like stuff that they can do in their countries, but in my country it's not allowed, in my religion it's not allowed. So sometimes I just have to leave that friendship like aside, or like just leave it a bit formal, since they might like affect badly even though I really like that person.
Yeah, on that I agree. Like, maybe them being different is gonna have a bad effect. While I do completely love and support going and being friends with different people, if you're the type of person whose personality gets easily affected, then I say you should shy away from things like that. Now, let's go deep inside this topic, what this podcast is really about. When did you decide that this friend you had to let her go?
But it wasn't just one thing, it was several things throughout the years. So like some friends I have been friends with them for like more than like 13 years, and I'm 15 by the way. So like since I was 2, literally, or like some friends I even had since I was like 1. So these friends, like over the years, they've been like you just realize, you feel like a feeling, you get a feeling that there's something off, and it's just like a weird feeling. So you're with a person, you stopped feeling comfortable with them, you don't feel safe with them, you can't really communicate freely with them, and you feel judged sitting with them. So it's not just like a one-time thing. My friend does something bad, she's probably, if my friend did something bad for one time, I can't just end the whole friendship or like a relationship with the person. Like sometimes they're probably in a bad mood or something happened, so it's just like not one time, it's probably several times and several like moments and stuff that happened that might change my way of seeing them as friends or as my relationship partner.
And I feel like it's good that I got you for this podcast because our views are very different. You've had like childhood friends, and I wasn't really the type. So letting go friendships for you, it's not even like you chose the person you became friends with. It's like a sibling. Like you came and it was like automatically they were friends with you. So it's not really you had similarities and on that you bonded. It's more of, oh, we were kids like the same stuff, and that's why we bonded. So for me, for example, I look at the like knowing when to leave my friends as someone who, you know, I haven't had that long friendships. Like, okay, maybe I've known them since the 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, but not more. I feel like it's when they start not becoming different, but showing you signs of their relationship becoming different. Does that make sense? Yeah, like you guys have had this relationship no matter what happened, the essence of your relationship stays the same, but then something becomes different. So how did you go about leaving that person? The first steps, I feel like people are relatively scared to end that friendship. How was it for you?
Okay, so at first it's okay to feel scared. Like I was like, oh, how am I gonna lose like my favorite person? Like I used to hang out with this person like every single day, literally every single day for the past 10 years or something. I was hanging out with them. I spent all my moments with them. I traveled with them, I went abroad with them, I went on trips, I went to different schools with them. We used to sit next to each other in class, we used to help each other, we used to do everything together, like actually everything. So if I got something, she had to get the same thing. So we were like really close, genuinely like siblings. We used to wear the same clothes. Like it's even like, I don't know how to explain that. But letting go of someone is probably the hardest feeling. Like you get so attached, and that's probably a reason. Like if you feel like you get really attached to someone, you have to try to make like distance a little bit, because leaving them is gonna be hard. But how I left my friend, I told her several times, she did not listen. So like the first thing is when they do something bad, don't leave it inside your heart. You're actually gonna get like really sad and like you might get depressed genuinely, but you just have to tell them that, oh, you did this and this, and if they keep doing the same thing that you told them you hate, it's probably like a bad sign, and it's probably like they're cutting you off. So that's what happened to me, honestly, and I just had to cut her off. And don't let anyone get in like between you guys. If someone spreads rumors like about me and or about her, don't let that affect you guys, like genuinely.
Okay, there are 2 points you said that I want to go on. First, you said about the part where it's like, if something happens, go talk to them first. Because a lot of people, like, they keep it inside their heart, or maybe it's a small thing. Maybe I'm going to upset them if I talk to them about it. And then it becomes such a huge thing, because it's proven that when you have like small grudges, it's not grudges, but it's something that happened that bothered you, you don't speak about it, the smallest things are gonna bother you about them. So like, you've been great friends for 5 years, then they did something that bothered you, you didn't talk to them about it, they didn't apologize about it, nothing happened, you're gonna start seeing every little thing they do so much bigger. And now that also leads me to the other point you said, where it's like, you tell them first, because a lot of people I approach have a mindset of just cut them off, but that doesn't work. It's not realistic. Or do you think there's a world where you could just cut someone off?
Well, if like you've met someone like a few days ago, yeah, obviously. But
Yeah.
if it's like a long friendship, no, I don't think you should do that. Like you probably get a vibe, for like a bad vibe from them. And if it's probably like, if she didn't do anything, but the people she surrounds like did something towards you, you have to go talk to her about it. Like you just can't cut off anything with anyone, because they're gonna like tell everyone that, oh, don't be friends with this specific person because she just cuts you off if you do one small thing, or if you don't even do anything and you just give them a bad vibe. Like imagine leaving your friend on scene and then your friend just cuts you off after like being friends for 6 years. Like that's honestly just insane. So it's not really good for your reputation or just for your friendship and like life.
Okay, you said the part, you at the beginning you mentioned not letting rumors get between you, but now you said about like they're gonna spread rumors about you or something like that. Now I believe that when you're with genuine friends, that they like, there was nothing between you, there's no bad blood, they won't spread rumors unless one of you did something so bad to a point, or you didn't do anything bad but the friendship itself wasn't true, right? Or like,
Yeah. All right. So some friendships, as I told you guys, it's based on childhood friends. So I wasn't really like the person to choose if I want to become friends with her or not. I was just born and she was just there. So all right. So you just like, you're not like really connected, but you're just friends. It's fine. But over the years, for example, you might just like become different people, because every person changes when they grow up. Like I was not like this when I was a child. Dana was not like this when she was a child. She was probably cooler.
what?
Okay.
So obviously being friends with someone for that long, you can't let them go that easily. So were there any moments of denial, like, oh no, they're not that bad, or like trying to hold on tightly to something you know is toxic?
Well, I've spent like actually like 2 years, like genuinely like 2 years, like saying what Dana said, like, oh, they're probably not that bad. I'm just probably overreacting. They probably didn't do anything. It's probably not just a toxic friendship, but it was. But the signs that show, for example, she starts like talking badly about you in front of you, like referring
In front of you?
yeah, like she starts making it as a joke, and when you take it personally and you tell her, oh, you did this and this, and I don't think that was a joke, and she says, oh, it's not, oh, I was joking, you should have not taken it personally, and she starts saying, oh, you're acting, you're overreacting. So that's probably like a bad sign. And when like you're sitting as a group and she whispers to everyone and like leaves you out, that alone is toxic. Like imagine being in a group of 3, a trio, and you're being left out and 2 people are just talking about it. Yeah, so just people like talk, like they talk behind your back, they talk while you're sitting with them, so it's really bad. Like it just gives you the ick and the feeling that, oh, you should leave them. But no, I stayed with them for 2 years. So
That was literally going to be the second part of my question. How did you deal with that? Like, how... Okay, let me not ask you this question, how did you? Because no, you didn't. How? If you were to go and change something, how would you react to it? Because realistically, I'm not going to sit here and expect you to say, oh, cut them off. Oh, I would have done this. Because you can't. like they're your friends. There's a part of you that still holds on to it. Still, as you said, makes you believe that it's not toxic, it's not a bad friendship. So if you were to change it, how would you approach it realistically?
Okay, so let's just talk realistically, not by the feelings that I get. So, realistically, you're just supposed to tell them the feelings that you guys are giving me are like that. If they don't change what you just like, if you don't change what you told them, يعني خلاص you told them, no, I don't like how you guys talk in the trio, and I'm alone, I'm sitting, and you guys are like, oh, I'm gonna go tell her something that's probably not important, and she's just like not gonna answer. She's not gonna do the thing that you told her to do. Like you told her not to talk about you in front of you, and she just keeps doing it. خلاص, I tell her, okay, you do you, I do me. خلاص, انتي go, enjoy your life. I'm not really gonna ruin your life. If you want me in your life, tell me. If you don't, it's fine. I can find other people. You can live your life, I can live my life. So that's how to actually deal with it. And if you actually love the person and the person actually loves you, they're gonna listen to you. They're not just gonna cut you off immediately. So yeah,
I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel like your friendships are very toxic from how you're talking. like ask them not to talk bad in front of you. Guys, by the way, if any of you are dealing with something like this, don't sit and wait for it to become worse, because it's gonna be harder to cut that person off. Like as time goes on, you're gonna get used to it. Like as you said, you're gonna try to make yourself believe that it's not that bad, because like it completely is. You have complete right to cut them off. Okay, now I want to get into the more emotional, like your feelings part of this. So was it hard letting go?
well, it was really hard. And just to let you know, guys, I still talk to these people. I still see them like every other month. So it's not like I just completely cut them off. I just put limits, which is literally what you have to do. You have to put limits. Not everyone can do whatever they want. If you're emotional, I'm a really emotional person. Like ask Dana. Genuinely, I'm the most emotional person you might know. So my emotions take over my feelings. Like sometimes I know this person's toxic and I still hang out with them and I just talk to them normally as if nothing happened. But deep inside of me, I cry every time I go back home. So if you guys, like if anyone is like that, please don't. خلاص, end it. No, please. So yeah, you just have to like not let your emotions get in the way. خلاص, this person is toxic. They're giving you toxic vibes. Skip. There's other people. There's like how many people? Like 3 million people live in Qatar, guys, and there's online friends you guys can find. So like there's a lot of people you guys can change these people with. Like I had a really large friend group. I had a lot of friend groups. Like I went to several schools, like 3 schools. Every single school I had 2 to 3 friend groups. All of them went except for the school. Alhamdulillah. Allah, I still have Dana, my other friends. So yeah, like you actually, some friends, you can't let your emotions go over them, because I'm still not over some of the people. Yani, the person I'm really talking about right now, I'm still not over her, and she knows it. So yeah.
Okay. We got a little tea in there. Okay, so by the way, guys, I also wanna like go over this. Don't let your emotions get in your head, but also don't not feel your emotions, if you understand what I mean. Yeah. Like don't understand from this that we're telling you to be emotionless. That's also wrong, because that's also going to drive you in the wrong way. Be in touch with your emotions, but don't let them control you. Yeah. Real. Okay. Okay, now I want to ask, like how did you get yourself to distance yourself from them? Because you're very close, and you said you weren't over them. You're still over them. You were very close. What did you do to get yourself to do that?
I started actually reading about it online, which is kind of weird. Okay. Like I started seeing, I searched up how to know if friends are toxic. Like I'm not even joking right now. This may seem funny, but it was actually insane. Like I would stay up nights just reading about how to get over toxic people and how to stop being emotional about them. Yeah, but find a person that you actually can tell. For example, I had my mom helped me. Like she used to tell me, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and you gotta try to skip khalas, and you gotta find friends, other friends during the time of the friendship. So I have a friend, you know her, Hannah. Yeah. So
name drop Hannah. She was in one of the podcasts.
Real. So she was in the last one.
No, before the last
one. Yeah. So I became friends with her. We were really friends a long time ago, but we sort of distanced and we became friends a lot in year 8. and now we're in grade 10. So we were friends with. I became friends with her. I became closer with her. Like the same time, I was struggling with my other friend groups. So she was the person like I would go like feel safe. I like if I was disappointed, I would go out with her. Like you must find a comfort person, or even if it was from your mother, even if it was from your family, your mother, your sister, your father, anyone. It doesn't have to be a friend. It doesn't have to be someone from outside your family. Like for example, right now it's my cousin. So like it can be anyone, genuinely anyone. But you have to make sure, you have to like actually be like 100% sure they're not going to be toxic the same way the others were. And please don't have trust issues. Please, this is like important. Like having trust issues because of something that happened. There's like even if you have it at a young age, like this thing, you're not supposed to be having it at a young age. But in this generation, I guess, I don't know, it's everything's normal.
Okay, so we're talking about trust issues right now. I feel like you can't ask someone not to have trust issues. It's not that simple. It's not.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously not that simple to like not have trust issues, but it's like you can't like just put all your trust on the person you just met. Like you just met a person like a few months ago. It's different than like meeting a friend like 10 years ago. So if I stop being friends with the person that's 10 years ago, عادي خلاص, it happened. You can't really change anything that happens, right? But not one thing is gonna affect your whole life. Like one friend group is not gonna affect all your friend groups. Like for a period of time, genuinely, this friend group ruined all my friends. I stopped having any friends except for them. Like genuinely, they were like, I could not have any friends except for them. Like they, يعني خلاص. I did not trust anyone. They were like, oh, you can't trust anyone except for us. So, yeah. But you have to find the person to trust. يعني خلاص. One person did something to you, forget about that. There's way more like people to actually trust. There's better people. Not everyone's bad.
Yeah, and I feel like one of the signs of toxic friend group is that you're gonna start losing the people you trust when you become friends with these people. Because I also experienced something like that. For us, I feel like it's different ways, but it was the same outcome. Like for her, it was that they were telling her not to trust others. For me, it was that these friends, let's say, weren't allowing me to have other friends, which is weird. Don't let them dictate your other friendships. Right. Now, okay, okay. Did you feel any, let's say, guilt letting them go? Because you were the one letting them go, letting all that go. Did you feel guilty at all?
Well, at first, yes. And then when I saw that they were living their life, they have other friends. I'm not like telling them not to like go live their life after I cut them off. So they're all in happy like lives right now. They're all happy lifestyle. They all have like happy friend groups and stuff. So it doesn't really matter as long as they're happy and I'm happy and we're both like comfortable with everyone we're with. That's what matters.
Okay, let's put a what if. What if this person you want to be, no, not want to be, you want to cut off, let's say. This person doesn't have friends other than you, but they're very toxic towards you. What would you do?
I would like not completely cut them off. I would still be friends with them, but with like limits. Like, okay, you want to be friends with me? There's limits. There's 1, 2, 3, and I would like try to like motivate them to go make other friends. Like I'd be like, oh, you have like you're great at this and that, and like you could go like this girl's really nice. This girl's really nice. I would recommend some people that are like actually the same vibe as her. So like this person, like she has a fun vibe. I'd recommend like, oh, let's go talk to this girl, and I'd like they become actually friends. Like. That's how it happens.
Okay, but I want to tell you, for example, something I had experienced before, right? This girl, she has friends, but she just doesn't have friends as close as I. Like, or as close as we were, or something like that. Let's go, like, as close as we were, as close as our relationship. Yeah. So, I know this girl could have other friends, right? But this girl doesn't want to have other friends. And I know if I left her, she'd be heartbroken. Not to like have a big ego, like, oh, like I'm the best. No, like, you know when a person wants to be friends, you when a person likes you. So it's like, would you put yourself first? Because I've actually spoken to a friend of mine about this. She kept telling me, put yourself first, which, as you know, a motto I agree with. Like, it's correct. But realistically, this person's gonna get so hurt. Would you just go ahead and leave them too?
Just like I said a few minutes ago, you just like not completely cut them off, but you cut them off like instead of seeing them each week, you see them each month. Your texts are like getting smaller and shorter. Like they don't send you like paragraphs of like their day, so you become friends with them. But you tell them, no, oh, I moved on. I have other friends. We could still be friends, but we're not really gonna be as close as we were. So she would know, and if she was actually like a person that would care about you, she would care about your feelings, and she would care about how, like, for example, you grew up or like you grew apart. It's normal to grow apart from someone. So yeah, like you just tell them, I want to distance a little bit. I don't really want to like be friends. We're sort of different, and you're great. I'm not saying I don't mean anything. Like you just have to tell them like you are actually great. You can find other friends, but for me, we're not really like the same. You know.
It sounds like a breakup speech. It's not you, it's me. Okay, while I do completely agree with that, right? People I've talked to, like I've heard very, very, very different opinions on this. Some people tell you that that's completely wrong because these people, you distance yourself from them. They might not see it as you completely not wanting to be their friend. And some people are gonna get more hurt of you distancing, becoming less friends. So would you rather like leave this person at once and then deal with it like very big grief at once, or leave them slowly and let them deal with it slowly but on a long term thing?
Honestly, it depends as like at the amount, like
How close you are, maybe?
yes, probably like how close you are or how much this person like has affected you like badly, not even in a good way. So if person affected you badly like a lot, it's just like once خلاص, one time you tell them I don't want to be friends خلاص, you did this and that, and I like خلاص يعني I استحملت too much. But no, some people, if like she did small things, you guys have been friends for so long, you guys like actually used to care about each other شوي شوي. Like حسب, when something happens you tell her. If it's too much you just tell her, oh, we're gonna take a break, and then we take a break, then it all ends. يعني it's not gonna be like a long time break, it's just gonna be like a period of time بعدين خلاص it ends. So you don't hurt her feelings and she does not hurt your feelings, you know.
Okay, now for the juicy question, right? I want to put all the stuff explaining what happens before to the part where you're like, I know you're dealing with right now. How do you deal with missing this person when you want to talk to them? Are you gonna put all the work you did to distance yourself from them aside because you want to talk to them? Or like, how do you approach it?
Okay, so sometimes this might sound really weird, but sometimes like when I miss her or she misses me, she texts me, she's like, oh, want to come over to my house? Well, most of the time I say no, by the way, but our parents are friends, so I can't really just say no to going out. Even if her parents sometimes tell my parents, oh, I want to go out, like my child wants to go out with your child.
My child.
Yeah, so like sometimes I'm forced to go, but like it's not like I hate hanging out with them. It's just that we're different and we grew apart and we've had like several fights that genuinely like changed my life and her life. So yeah, like I sometimes talk to her, yeah, but like not every day, and like probably like every 2 months, on her birthday, especially on her birthday. Like some people I don't talk to them unless it's their birthday. Like I just saw a convo on their birthday. So it's not like you're completely cutting off a person. Like you can't just completely cut off a person that you spent years with. Like I spent like 15 years with this person. I can't just completely cut her off one day because she did a lot of stuff. I cut her off, but there's like gonna be a little bit of like love for her in my heart. Just saying.
Yeah, it's never gonna go away. Okay. Now, no, like I want this, like, okay, let me tell you my experience, and I think like you'll get a better perspective of what answer I'm looking for. Okay, let's say my friend, I'm gonna give you a real situation, right? My friend who I stopped being friends with, let's say 3 years ago, I think we know what I'm talking about, right? Like, when you've made peace with letting that person go, because for me, no, I'm not gonna get into this. Okay, when you've made peace with letting that person go, it's like you miss them more. Like imagine this friend you're speaking about. Let's call her Leah. Codename Leah. Okay, imagine Leah. Guys, there's a
Technical issues, guys.
yeah. Okay, back to what I was saying. So imagine if Leah, right?
Yeah.
She became a good friend again. And I think I remember you telling me that. And when she became a good friend again, and then you started to miss her, you wanted to go back to being friends, but you cut her off. That's the point. Like, I feel like you shouldn't go back, no matter how nice they've become. Because, okay, you've become nice, you start to miss what you had. But are you gonna let all the bad things they've done just go?
Alright, so this person,
Leah.
Leah, she was really like okay, we had like friendship breakups literally, but now she's starting to become nicer and nicer and nicer, and she's starting to like let other people like tell me, oh, Leah says hi, Leah says, oh, she misses you, Leah was like, oh, do you want to get food today? Like, okay, if you want something, come tell it to me, honestly. But look, I won't go back unless they want to. I'm gonna be open. You wanna come, but I'm just gonna put more limits than like zaman. Like now, okay, we were really close, we used to do everything together. Now, okay, you wanna go out? Okay, we go out, but no, we're not gonna stay late, we're not gonna sleep over, we're gonna stay like probably like max 2 hours together, because like this person, she's trying to come back to become friends again, right? She does not want to open conversations. Only me that has to open conversations. And when I tell her about it, she's like, oh, you always yap, why are you not yapping?
What?
Is that supposed to be an insult? Yani? مش فاهمة. But yeah, it's like some people, like they try to come back, they try to make it seem normal, but there's like a little bit of toxicness still in them. Like I'm obviously not gonna forget what she did, what Leah did, like my whole life. Like she made me live through hell harfiyan for like 3 years, but I'm not gonna forget everything. But she's also like, she did some nice stuff to me, like a lot of nice stuff during like my whole life, so I'm also not gonna forget that. So I'm gonna talk to her normally. If she does something, I'm just gonna cut her off again until she actually تنعدل.
But this is a very toxic cycle. I can't lie. But it's like, how far are you willing to go? So you have to set these boundaries, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a cat. Okay. She's scared of cats. Okay. Except Hannah's cat. Anyway. So you have to set these boundaries. How do you enforce these boundaries around someone you've never had these boundaries with? And also, a second question, I'm gonna re-ask this after you answer the boundaries one. You can't keep on going in this cycle. It's a very toxic cycle. You're friends, and then you're not, and then okay. She's toxic. You're friends. You cut them off. She's nice again. And then it keeps on going again. She's nice when she knows she's lost you. Like, it's not nice because she's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, then why do you keep going back?
Yeah, I mean, I just sometimes get the feeling. Sometimes I get the feeling of like, I feel bad sometimes, which is like really bad, guys. Don't feel bad for someone that actually like ruined you. Like, that's the problem. You have to set boundaries as soon as you become friends with the person. Like, they can't just like talk bad about you, and you like ignore it and like you skip as if nothing happened. And they can't just like go do stuff that you don't like and you just like don't even care. So you just have to place boundaries as soon as you become friends. Boundaries, you don't have to really tell them. You just have to show that there's like boundaries between me and you. Like, there's not, our friendship's not open. Like, it's not like you're my sister or something. You're just my friend. So yeah. Can you ask the second question?
Yeah. Okay, the second question was about the talk. Guys, wait, do I show you guys the cat? Do I show them the cat? Yeah, when it comes to respecting people's boundaries. Okay, anyway. So we were talking about the toxic cycle. Friends, not friends, nice, not nice. How do you escape? You haven't escaped that.
Yeah.
I'm asking the wrong person here.
No, but I escaped one.
Okay.
Okay. How do I escape that? First of all, if they're like really toxic, just block them. Honestly, block خلاص على طول. يعني it's gonna be the easiest block you do.
But what if it's someone? Yeah, so maybe you can't guys. What if it's someone you have to deal with on a daily basis? Like my friend in school, I blocked her. Now what? I see her in school every day. Like, what do I do?
Okay, so you're not gonna completely be cutting her off if she's in school, but it's gonna be just like classmates or like schoolmates. Not even like, if you're not in the same class, then it's fine. If you guys are in the same class, then that's sort of different. For example, if you're sitting next to her, you change seats. Like what I did, I changed seats with her. Like she was sitting in the front. I sat at the back, so we sort of distanced. But it's not really gonna like matter, because in a couple of years, since now we're in grade 10, anyone watching, you guys like have a couple of more couple years, and then you're gonna go to university, so all of that is not gonna matter. So you could either just deal with it and like act as if she's just one of these people in schools, like just a new character in school, or just like a person you were friends with. When you walk past each other, hi, bye, but no conversations. Like, how are you is the max. خلاص ما في other like convos you could start, since you know they're gonna be toxic if you say anything, or they're just gonna call you a yapper.
Speaking of experience, I guess. Okay, but how do you achieve that? I feel like everything is easier said than done, but this is especially, like, we're talking about like long-term friendships, and then we're just leaving them, right? I feel like it is realistic. Like, there has to be something. In my opinion, it's maybe like, I don't know, maybe there's steps. Not maybe, I'm 100% sure there are steps to leaving them, right? There's going to be, so as I was saying, there has to be like steps to leaving someone that you know in real life. Like, it's gonna be different. It's gonna be like, in my opinion, I think you should just talk, communicate, right? Cutting them off, easier said than done. Communicating, easier said than done. All of these things, easier said than done. But like, it's never gonna hurt to communicate more than it will not to communicate. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, sometimes if you talk, like, depends on the person. Well, I have like 3 different people, so everyone is like a different thing. So one person completely cut her off. One person I just talk to her occasionally. The third person, I talk to her normally, as if nothing happened, because we talked it out. But there's like list like a bit of toxicness, but like the more we talk it out, the more I feel like we're becoming friends again. Like, cutting someone out of your life is probably like آخر حل. Like, that's like your last straw. خلاص, you're done. That's the last thing you probably can do. Anything else, like, they did something like a bit small, خلاص, you still talk to them. It's fine. You can skip that. You can talk it out. That's it. Yeah.
This question is, I think, special to your case, or like cases like yours, right? Okay, cases, that makes it seem so bad. Okay, let's say friendships like yours, right? Now, you have a lot of mutual friends, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you deal with these mutual friends that keep bringing this person up or making you remember them?
I just tell them to like not talk about them, and if they want to talk about them, like, I tell them, okay, I had some problems with this person, but if they're a nice person, if you want to go talk to them. I was like, once someone actually did that to me, and I was like, they're a nice person, like, you get it, you're in class with them, you just go, you know how she is. I said, oh, we're probably, because we're different, or we've been through stuff that you guys probably don't know, and we've been through different phases together, so probably it's just a specific phase that this person went through that changed her. Now she's probably older, wiser, so she's obviously different. So that's literally what I tell every single person that brings Leah up.
Leah, guys, Leah. What if Leah watches this?
Hi.
Hi. Okay. If my Leah watches this, hi. Okay, guys. I also wanted to ask this question, and like, this is a more like think about it type of question. So, in cases where you didn't cut this person off because they're toxic, do you have any case like that?
Yes.
It's like you had to, but they weren't toxic. You loved them, but you know it was for the better to cut them off, right? Do you ever think it's okay to say like you love someone, but from afar? Like, is it ever okay to love someone from afar?
Yes, it's really okay. Like, if you want, like, something happens, it's fine. I don't really mind. I still love a person, and I still like her, and I still like sometimes talk to her. But cutting off someone is the last thing you could do. خلاص, يعني, genuinely, I've said it once, I'm gonna say it twice, I said it 3 times at this point. Cutting off is the last thing. You could talk to her, communicate, talk it out. I still like this person. I don't really talk to her, but we've recently like became a bit closer, since like we cut off each other for like 2 years now, and we became close this year since we talked it out, and like we started talking as if nothing happened. So that's also like a good thing to do. Like, it's just like it's just like sometimes trust the process situation. Like this happens and you don't know what's gonna happen next. You don't know what their reaction is gonna be when you talk to them about it. If it's a bad reaction, you'll see. If it's a good reaction, you'll see. It depends on the person and their personalities.
Okay, and but I feel like let me say in my case, right? Like this person you stop being friends with, but it's been a long time to the point where like I guess you've forgotten the bad things that happened. So you see each other walking, you both want to reach out to each other, you both want to talk to each other, but it's like you can't. You know, like you've had all this. Let's say a fight, a fallout that was a fight, not cutting this person off, right? I don't know if it's ever okay to go back to that person. It's been that long time. Do you let everything in the past go? If so, how? And do you not let it, like, it's just something I feel like you really have to think on. So is there like a thinking process that, for example, you go through, like, if they did this, then I do this, you know? Or is it just every person I cut off, if they're nice, I go back? Or like, does it depend?
It depends on the person. So some people, they try to come back, and when they come back, they actually come back better than how they were. So like it makes you sort of like forgive them and forget about everything they've done. So like you might forget about it. No, you may forgive them, but not forget about them. So forgetting is sort of hard. I'm obviously gonna take caution, like next time. For example, she spread something about me. She said rumors and she told it to other people about me. So I'm gonna be like sort of cautious about what I talk to her about and the way she sees me. So like it really depends on the person. Like on my case, I just become cautious. In Dana's case, her Leah, she should like talk back. Like, and she could just talk and like skip and like forget about the past. It's fine, because she didn't really like. Okay, it's probably just one fight. It's not several fights that happened to cause this small thing.
Okay. Now, I want like this question, like feel it out. Like I want this question is gonna be like from deep inside your feelings. If I were to give you the decision to completely forget anything this person has ever done, vanish from your memory. They're not there. The good, the bad, them coming back, all of it. Just like they were never in your life. Would you take that?
No, genuinely no. Like straight up, not even second thinking, because like. Honestly, they're not bad. They're just bad with me. Like, I've seen them with other people. They're nice.
Okay, but that doesn't make them nice.
Okay, but I would give them a second chance. I'm a nice person. I don't know.
Okay. You're letting them step over you.
No, but, like, I was literally, like, so weak. I would literally, like, make my hat go, and I would not care about it, because like I'd like to always be like the nice person, the person like no one cares about. But now like right now, me Judy personally in 2025, I don't mind صراحة. Like there's limits, there's stuff you do, the stuff you do will affect you مش أنا. يعني خلاص انت you do خلاص we became friends again. What you do, you take what your actions are, you take responsibility for it. You did something that hurt me, you're gonna see something coming back. I'm just not gonna keep it in me. So Dana, okay, her experience is probably way different than mine, and your experience, like anyone watching, is probably different than mine or Dana's. So it really depends on the situation you're like at. But I'm talking my point of view. It's different. It depends on what year it was. So 2025, I'm different. 2020, I was so different. I was not like that. Like, Dan did not even know me that time. I was so bad, guys. You don't get it. I was so sweet. I was so innocent. So, yeah. The new me, this might sound cringe, but like, no. This year, anyone that cuts me off, they cut me off, not I cut them off. They're probably going to get a talk and know, what the hell? Why did you do that? So, yeah.
So, if this person... like, you wouldn't forget them? No, at all. Okay, I like that. Okay. This question also, I want you to speak your experience. I don't want you to, like, damn me, right? I want you to speak about you. If you were to go back and tell yourself going through, like, I don't know when it was the toughest year for you with dealing with these people. 2022. If you were to tell yourself in 2022, if you were to write her a letter, what would you say in that?
I would say instead of spreading rumors, or like...
You were spreading rumors?
No, not me.
No,
them.
tell it to you, to yourself.
Oh, if they were spreading rumors about you and you did not stand up to yourself and you just cried it out, it's not really gonna help you in the future either. Like, speaking up is what matters. Like, you're not just gonna like get all the hate and all the toxicness towards you. وضلني ساكتة. Like, I had to speak up and I did not do that. So
That's what you tell yourself.
literally.
Yeah. Okay, I actually I like the thing that you put in. What would you tell them if they didn't know it's from you? No, wait.
They're gonna know.
No. If it was just like a random letter, like in the past, like 2022, you also gave it to them. If you gave it to Leah. Now, 2025 Judy, writing to 2022 Leah. What would you tell her?
I would tell her you were cool with everyone, but with me personally, I had no idea why you switched up. You probably became friends. There's two people, probably more, I don't know. They teamed up, and the plan, alhamdulillah, زبطت بالنسبة لهم, not for me. So I would just tell them we were children. Everything we did, we took responsibilities for it. Now they're living their life, and I'm living my life. So the only thing I would tell them, like, why? Genuinely, just why. I would genuinely write, why did you do that? And I quite like 5 question marks probably. Genuinely.
You know, I'm like this like, why would be for reassurance. Now, you as jury right now, what would you gain from that reassurance? Like, why are you asking why? Like wait, if this was actually realistic, because no, I actually want to like get into it. If this could happen, right, you put it all in your past right now. Okay, maybe not fully, but mostly, you know, the toughest part is in your past. Why would you go open wounds and ask them why? Like, or maybe like, why?
Well, why is because I just wanted to know if it was the problem with me or them. That's the main reason you gotta know if they're the problem or you're the problem. I'm sure it's not me though. So
Then why?
I just want to know. Like, there's just a curious. Like, I'm just curious about it. Like, what do you mean? You just like
Come on.
خلاص مرة واحدة. يعني بس no. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the main reason صراحة.
No, I do see where you're coming from, but even if you were the one in the wrong, that doesn't justify. Like, I'm also telling this to you guys. Like, even if you were the person in the wrong, I like heavily doubt that you would be the one in the wrong, and then they'd cut you off, and then you would feel like you were the victim. So like, these 3 things don't combine. Like, no one is that, let's say, dumb. Like, no one thinks like that. So even if you were in the wrong and they didn't talk it out and they just became so rude to you, it's not your fault. So like, don't ask why. Don't ask why. Okay, I guess from all you guys have listened, you've understood that they were really close, like really close. So I think this is gonna be our last question for today. What made you get over them? Find new friends? Like, you could find new friends when you're not over them, but what helped you get over them?
Well, the main thing that made me get over this person, Leah, was we changed schools and we're not in the same class anymore. We're not even in the same floor in school. So that also changed, and our parents like sort of understand that we're like sort of distanced. And my mom, actually, she helped me to like actually become closer to our friend Hannah. Yeah, she was like, oh, she's a nice person, like just give her more chances, because we were friends. We stopped. So I moved to Hafsa.
OG best school ever.
Literally. So I met her, Dana, literally, and like 3 other people, and we became like locked in. And yeah, we're still locked in, by the way. So they're like the friend group that made me get over all the stuff, especially this girl. Wallah Ajwa.
Thank you. Okay, so do you say, like, or do you think finding new friends would always help you get over the old ones?
Yes.
Yeah?
100%.
Okay. So guys, if you're going through this, find new friends, distance yourselves, set boundaries. That's key. If you don't want to let them go, set boundaries. Let them know, communicate. So even if it happens that you leave, it's not your fault. Even if it is, don't hold yourself too much on that. Khalas, let it go. Forgive them. Don't hold grudges, but communicate. So before we Before we end this episode, is there anything you'd like to tell the audience? Anyone listening?
Be yourself and don't change yourself for anyone, even if it was your closest friend.
I agree. And I would like to tell you guys that you get over it. No matter how big your problem seems, with your lifelong friends, you're going to get over it. You're going to find better people. If you're in school, it's not even that long till finding new people. If you're not in school, I doubt there's any listeners on school.
We're here for you guys.
Exactly, we're here for you. You're going to get over it. You can do it. We're together forever with you. Bye, guys.
Bye.